In the south of the continent, South Africa's economy expanded 0.1% in the fourth quarter of 2023 in quarter-on-quarter seasonally adjusted terms, narrowly escaping a technical recession, according to statistics agency figures released on Tuesday. Statistics South Africa reported that the economy grew by 0.6% in 2023. The fourth quarter growth rate was somewhat lower than the 0.3% forecast. Now, to discuss this, we're joined by Bonke Dumsa, an independent analyst. Hello, Mr. Dumsa. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, Professor Bonke Dumisa is okay. And
all right, Professor, thank you so much for joining us. All right, now, Professor, can you tell us what factors contributed to South Africa's escape from recession in the fourth quarter with a growth rate of 0.1%?
You know, the only sector which really saved us from moving into a technical recession was the mining sector. The mining sector in South Africa had been going down and down over a period of time, especially what they call the PGM sector. But what happened with the last quarter, the fourth quarter of 2023, it picked up. The platinum sales and some of the other related minerals picked up, and that's the only thing which really saved us. Otherwise, we're definitely going to go for a technical recession, because in the third quarter, we had a negative economic growth rate of minus 0.2. And if ever we had another negative economic growth rate in the fourth quarter, then we're going to move to a technical recession, because in economics terms, you define a technical recession as 2 consecutive economic growth rates of negative magnitude, that is minus followed by a minus, then you have a technical recession. We avoided it, and that's why we are somehow happy with this. It's not really a good economic growth rate, considering that in the first quarter of 2023, we had it growing by only 0.3. In the second quarter, it was as if it was improving. It moved up by 0.7. And then in the third quarter, it became negative at minus 0.2.
All right, Professor, but how sustainable is this growth? Is there a likelihood of, challenges or risks that South African economy might face in maintaining positive growth going forward?
I think there is that possibility, even though there may be a possibility that in the first quarter of 2024, we may have a negative economic growth rate. But the thing which was responsible for our very low economic growth rates in South Africa had been a combination of 2 things. That is load shedding, electricity load shedding, which has affected businesses severely. And then we had a problem with our logistics. The main company owned by government, Transnet, could not really deliver at our harbors and on the roads. So that affected us. And it looks like we may improve on load shedding, but I cannot say the same thing about on logistics.
Okay. So let's talk about, specific industries or even sectors. Which of them actually drove the growth in the fourth quarter? And are there any prospects for their continued growth in the near future?
Well, as I was saying, that it was really the mineral sector, the mining sector, which improved and helped us out of this thing. We hope it will continue. Looking at the price of gold as it is now, which is just going up and up and up. So maybe then it will continue being like that, and we are going to benefit from that. And then when it comes to the logistics, the government is trying to do something about it. They have engaged a Philippines-based international company, which is an expert on harbor issues. So if ever that entity can start operating as soon as possible, then it may help us to deal with these logistical issues, but they will continue until we sort our management of all our ports in South Africa and until we are able to manage the issue of trucks which are blocking many routes in South Africa, because when they arrive at the harbors, there is no good service to have them offload or to load the things which are coming from other countries.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Professor Dumsa, for joining me and speaking on this. We appreciate you for your time.
Thank you, Chapa.